On today's episode of the Kokomo Press podcast, we talk about the fact that we just recently went viral and the Kokomo Tribune had a hit piece on us.
Yeah, plus you're going to hear two guys' take on Roe vs. Wade, and I know you've already heard enough from your uncle about it, but you're going to hear our take.
We've got Drake, we've got Skeet, we've got Kim K, we've got a bunch, so check out this episode of the Kokomo Press podcast.
Furry.
Warning, this video contains adult content not suitable for children.
What's up? It's Kokomo Press Podcast. My name is Jordan Granger, and today I'm joined by the very talented
Brian West.
Brian West. Okay, we remembered it. Sometimes we got to figure out what his name is. We got to figure out who he is, where he's from, what he does.
I'm telling you, those gummies, man.
Those gummies just get you.
Get you.
Are you on the CBD ones? Those are the ones I heard.
I'm taking my kids' melatonin gummies. I eat like 3 or 4 of them, and I eat them before I do things. It's weird. It's a weird high.
Yeah, I'm out here drinking Starbucks, guys, so I'm bougie as fuck today. Let's just dive into it. We went viral, bro.
Went viral, yes.
We went viral as hell. And I'm not talking about the normal type of viral that we normally go to where we have to just take that little sip over at the county building and then they're like, listen, you might have it, you might not. Your significant other did. Let's go ahead and get you going. And then that's what I get for fucking with Taylor girls.
Free clinic. Oh, yeah. Them Taylor girls will get you, man.
That's how I got caught up.
Yeah. I mean, let me start by asking you, what's your stance? If you walk into a public school bathroom and you see a kitty litter box, what are you doing?
First off, freedom. That's what I'm thinking. I'm taking a shit in here. Like, regardless of whether it's like where my natural like feelings of wanting to take a shit is. Nah, not really at all. But like, I'm going to now.
I feel you. You know what? I know Springsteen's still around. I could see Bruce making a song about this.
Yeah.
Be honest. And they were in the bathroom just shitting away.
Yeah.
It's like I'm proud to be an American in a way, because it's like somebody's right.
I was born in a small town.
That's Mellencamp.
I'll take a shit in a small town.
Little pink shits for you and me.
Eat the white dog shit. That's what reminds me of fucking Step Brother.
I'll tell you, we talked about it. A little inside baseball. I love using that term, but we talked about it, and that was kind of the idea. It was like, hey man, you heard some muttering around and some sounds, and I was like, that's something we should, because we originally wanted to do the video.
Yeah.
Wanted to do the video first, and then I was like, we had both played with the idea of doing the post.
Yeah. And
then I gave it to you with some pinpoints, and then I don't want to get too deep, but you made magic. You know what I'm saying? You sent me it, and then you had some ideas, and it played out, and it was painted beautifully. And then the next thing I know, I woke up. It like always happens, like clockwork. I went to sleep, and I had like 45 or maybe like 100 shares. I was like, okay, I'm gonna wake up. It's gonna be like 200 or 300 shares. I woke up, and it was like 2.1. I was like,
what?
Called you. I was like, I love it when a plan comes together.
See, I think that was the crazy thing. To me, the evolution of the bit was there was that post I shared that I thought was from Marion, Indiana, but apparently it's from Marion, Illinois. And it was like that people saying that was happening in the bathrooms, and then we shared it, and then it blew up a little bit locally, and we're like laughing about it, and they were like, we should do our own, but for like the local area. And I'm like, all right, let's do it. But the initial idea was. The funny thing was the initial idea for doing the post was to like hype up the video we did. Like it wasn't even like, because the post had a mind of its own and took off on its own. So like it it absolutely overshadowed the video plans we had.
I loved how that worked out. It was crazy. And it was like when it started gaining its own form and body and everything, I was like, okay, obviously, and you thought it too, the video's not going to do anywhere near this, but the video's going to be hilarious. And I personally loved doing that video, and I thought it was really good. And it got over 100 likes. So
yeah, it did good. It did well. To me, my thing is as long as we're doing things that people like a lot of people like. Obviously, we're gonna be controversial. That's the whole. Like, if you're doing comedy and you're not being controversial, are you really doing comedy? Like, honestly, like, what are you doing at that point? Like, every once in a while, something has to push a boundary, and I feel like with what we do and the type of comedy we do, that like the boundaries are going to get pushed, baby. You know, if you couldn't, you shouldn't have asked for the bad boys of comedy of Kokomo if you weren't expecting this. You know,
the Martin Lawrence and Steve. I'm Steve Harvey. If we're gonna get it, I'm a
yeah,
I'm a legend.
You're
Yeah,
Steve
I'm
Harvey.
Steve Harvey. Yeah. I'll smoke a cigar anywhere, and I don't care.
Steve Harvey is a traitor, man. He's not a traitor to men.
It's not cheating on your wife if you're doing it in fashion, okay?
Yeah,
I'm
that's
stylish. But no, I was overwhelming. Like, let's what do you think about the old Tribune?
Oh yeah. Like, come on, Tribune. Come on. Like, here's my thing. Like, I don't know the guy. I think his name was like Steven Russell, the guy that wrote the.
No, Spencer.
Spencer.
I looked him. He's a dweeb. I'll call him out right now. Charity boxing match, you and I, buddy.
Do it, charity boxing.
That's what I want to. Hey, screw you. I want Spencer.
yeah, let's do it. That'd be badass, dude. Spencer, you've been called out.
He's very biased. Tell me what, because I called you or I messaged you about it and was like, "Did you see that?" And you right off the bat, I was kind of excited at first. I didn't read
the article. I hadn't even read it yet, but
and you already were right off the bat.
I knew it.
Nope, I don't like it.
I already knew what kind of article it was going to be before I. That's the funny thing about this article written by that Spencer guy is for the Tribune. It was about us going viral, and it's basically like debunking it, which is fine. Like, that's obviously we have no issue being debunked. It's a satire page. The whole point is like we put it out there. We're a satire. Like, okay, so like Facebook came out with this big warning when people were liking our page a while back. Remember, somebody told me about it, and I was like, "Are you serious?" So then I had somebody new from work like the page just so I could see the warning, and the warning was like, before you like this page, make sure you know what the Kokomo Press posts and see what they kind of. And so like I saw that and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna double down. I took screenshotted it. I had my friend there airdrop it to me, and then I posted it as our banner cover photo on the page, because to me it's like, yeah, I honestly want that. I want those warnings for our page, not because I want to deter people from liking the post or interacting, but because I'm like, to me, I'm like, I don't want people to have the excuse of, well, I didn't know, or, well, they're doing that. Like, no, you should know what you click on, what you share, what you like, what you react to, before, like, if you're going to do something, you're going to get upset, and you're going to get outraged, you should know what the page is. And a lot of these people don't even click on the page.
Absolutely. I was like how you said it. That's perfectly, because we're given a warning. 95% of those idiots do not care. It is not, it's for the people that, like, get satire, but they know what they're getting into. But the other idiots, the people that share and like, they have no clue. They don't give a shit. You could tell them literally, you could click on the post and when it could flashing lights. This post is not to be taken serious. Oh shit, they're gonna think what they want.
Oh, they're still doing it on if you go to the post in the comments, you'll see people be like, this is fake, this has been debunked, and then the other people will be like, no, it's not. It's actually happening at a school close to me, and just because this one's not completely true doesn't mean it's not happening. And I'm like, to me, they got me thinking, it's happening, bro. There's somewhere in this nation, in this wonderful American beautiful nation, there's a kid taking a shit in a litter box right now, and I'm proud of him. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of they.
Right.
I'm proud of that.
And here's the thing. They're like, oh, they're doing it in schools. This is what's happening. There might be a group of kids that are dressing up as furries in school.
Yeah.
They're expressing themselves.
Yeah.
Nobody has kitty litter boxes in the goddamn bathrooms, okay? I had to tell, I'm blue in the face. I've been on my personal account, like, arguing with people, this is not happening. Yes, it is. I'm like, I'm not arguing the fact that somebody's wearing a collar or getting... Yeah, that might be happening in school. Kids are weird. Kids are different. That shit was happening in high school with us. Like, with other things, but they're not. It was a joke. It's fiction.
Yeah. Well, also part of it is like kids just push boundaries. Like I mean, people wore those shell necklaces when I was in high school. The Abercrombie guys, like that was literally like that's no different than a collar to me. It was just a shell collar, and you know what I mean. Brads and Chads wore that shit with pride, bro.
Can I make a small argument?
Yeah.
Those got people pussy.
It is. That's true. Well, I mean, nobody said it was consensual, but it was pussy. You're right. People pussy.
You made them feel guilty before.
Yeah. Chad and Brad doing the whole thing. Oh, Facebook's going off on my computer right now. Did you hear it? It's like, ding, ding. Yeah, I normally don't have Facebook on my computer.
What?
It's a bad idea.
So, real quick, some people I know, I think like 1,000 people got affected by it because I run the numbers on it. Facebook fact checked it. Initially, at first they fact checked it, and then they were actually doing some things to people's accounts, and it took away. It was at 12.4 as with the last time I looked at it. The share was went down to 11.3.
Yep.
But after this man argued it or gave them, he basically told them what was up. fact check went away.
Yeah, the
We
fact check
don't
went
have
away.
a memo.
The funny thing is they were like, hey, like I was like, this is if this is wrong, go ahead and dispute it. And so I disputed it and I told them my opinion on it. And they were like, they wanted a URL. I was like, this is a satire piece. The page is labeled satire. They wanted a URL, like show us a website where this is true. And I just sent them the Webster's Dictionary definition of satire.
That's all you can do. Nothing else we can do.
No, seriously, it's not much we can do. I mean, we label the page. The page is for entertainment purposes. If you go to the page, I realize it's called the Kokomo Press. It sounds like a news page. That's part of satire, is to appear real,
That's the point.
so that people like will actually do the due diligence to like see like, is this real? Is this fake? And a lot of people aren't willing to do the work to click one more time.
Yeah. Seriously. It cracks me up. It's one of my personal favorites. One I was very proud of.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I mean, I don't know if this is too much. We're giving away too much of the game, but it's our biggest post to date on the Kokomo Press by far. And I mean, it's the biggest press to date on the Kokomo Press because we got over like 2.2 million people saw the post. It reached over 2.2 million people. It had like at one point had over 12,000 shares. Obviously, our page jumped up over like 1,500 likes and like something like that, and even 1,500 follows or maybe 2,000 follows from this post. We were at 11K. We're about to hit 13K in follows on Facebook, and I mean, and we're about to hit to 11,000 likes on Facebook. Where we were at 11,000 follows and like 9,000 and almost 10,000 likes before. So like this thing going viral did a lot for the page. Did a lot for what we were doing, and obviously the only thing that got affected was the video because the video didn't do anywhere near. But we also kind of held off on the video because we got that Tribune article came out, and the Tribune article was like kind of going at us. And like one of the things that the Tribune said is that it was like an anti LGBTQ plus like type of
pissed me off.
Yeah, which is and that's what I was worried about from this whole entire thing is our entire. The reason we made this post had nothing to do with our friends in the LGBTQ plus community. Like we literally we have members of this group that are LGBTQ plus, members of the group that have really strong connections to members of the LGBT plus group. Like we've every June, the last 2 Junes, we've changed our logo to the Pride logo for the month of June for Pride Month. We've done posts even before this where we've been pro-trans, we've talked about the drag shows. We've talked about we honestly have we're not bigoted. We're not transphobic. We're not homophobic. We're not anything.
Gay, so,
Yeah. And the guy that molested me when I was a kid is gay. So I'm just kidding. He's not. He's painting a picture now. No, I'm just kidding. No, I don't think he's gay. I think he's closeted, but So if anything,
you guys got together.
Listen, man. I wake up at night and my butthole still hurts. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. He never touched my butt. It's worse that he touched my wiener because it's like, man, what were you getting out of this? But at the same time, like, what's going on?
This is turn into a cycle.
This is a therapy session.
This is a therapy. You're starting breaking down.
Brian. Oh God, why'd you do this to me, Mark? I don't even know his name. His name wasn't Mark. His name was Mark. I don't trust Marks. That's why I don't trust Marks.
Paul Women?
Paul Women. He said, I said, don't touch me, you're a man. He goes, no, I'm women. I'm women. I'm the next evolution in women. I'm women.
They missed the boat on Paul Hyman. I'm just going to end on that. All right. That's a whole different thing.
Remember on Peace Watch?
What we're talking about.
Do you remember on Peace Watch when you did the post about Paul Wyman having a sex orgy party, and then you got flagged for it?
Yeah, I remember. Oh man,
that post made me laugh so hard, and then we got flagged for it. I was so mad because I know Paul Wyman saw that got mad. Because he messaged the Kokomo Press page a long time ago. Remember when we did there was a post that was leaked to us, a memo that was leaked to us about the Kokomo High School being pro people of color movement, and it was right after the protest, and it was so the Kokomo High School put out that memo here's some things if you're worried about coming back to school, don't be, we're here, we're allies, we're going to protect you, and it was a safe, nice, pretty thing. But then they put some books on there that are controversial books because some books are controversial. It's the way life is. I mean, Mark Twain, lots of N-words, and so it was a lot of controversial things on there, am I racist, these weird books White Fragility. White Fragility is such a weird name to a book, and on top of it it's such a very in order to enjoy the book White Fragility, you either have to be really, really white or just love trauma porn. Like, it's like trauma. It's like literally people like excited about being a victim, being a victimizer, and being and trying to get themselves out of being a victim.
Right. You put, I think one of our main points that, and for people that have brains, they see it and they go, okay, this is a satire piece. There's key points, and one of the key points was cooking for like teaching white people how to cook.
Yeah, learning how to season for white people.
Yeah, and that right there to me, like I said, anybody with a brain, you see that and it's like, hey, bing, bing, bing,
bing. Yeah, it goes off. Yeah.
We know what it's got.
Well, we always throw. I don't know. I think it's a phrase. Maybe I'm using the phrase wrong, but I call them red herrings. Like, I think that's the phrase, right?
Yeah,
it's like throwing when we do satire pieces. I always like try to make sure that no matter what we do, we throw in a couple of lines in there that are that obviously throw you out of it, and you have to like do pretzel twists and yoga to like weasel your way out of the fact that it's obviously fake. And so like I always throw these red herrings in there, and that one was one of them. Like, we're gonna teach the non-students of color how to cook with seasoning, since they don't know how, because that's like a common joke like among people of color, is that white people don't season things. Like, so like to me it's like you have to lean into the jokes where you're making fun of yourself.
Certain clothes was like outlawed. It was dumb. It was shit that like people, like I said, it's just you get it if you get it, and if you don't, you're gonna go ape shit over it.
Yeah, to me it's just people need to understand that like we're a comedy page and we're making jokes and we're goofing off, and honestly, when with this most recent post and with the Tribune, like this is a special thing I want to say to the Tribune. Fuck you for not reaching out, like, for real, because like the reality of like I've never heard of, and maybe like if somebody wants to enlighten me in the comments, by all means, like tell me I'm wrong, but anytime I've heard of anybody getting any type of hit piece done by a journalist, the word journalist, you work in journalism, you write stories, they're supposed to reach out to the people the story is about for a comment at least. And at least like I've never heard like everybody gets there's a reach out, and it'll usually be like, we reached out for comment and didn't hear back. Like, usually that's what they say. We never got reached out. I will tell you guys 100%. Not a single message was done to the page. Not a single message was sent to me, Jordan, Brian, Cordy, anybody else who's involved with the page privately. Nobody was reached out to. So this entire article was a hit piece, and on top of it, they didn't even reach out for comment. Which, if they would have reached out for comment, they would have known that our motivations had nothing to do with slandering or coming at the LGBTQ plus. It's literally making fun of boomers.
Yeah, it is. It really is. It's funny. The idea of having kitty litter boxes in a fucking bathroom is absolutely hilarious. If you don't think that's funny, that's your opinion, but it's like, that's the kind of shit that I think's funny. Like,
yeah, and if you guys have an issue with that, I literally have somebody close to me that one time was at a party, had to take a piss, and the bathroom, could not find the bathroom, couldn't find it anywhere, and literally pissed in the kitty litter box. That's completely true.
A real story?
That's an actual story. I actually know somebody close to me. Mother of my kids upstairs right now. I'm just kidding. No, but I know somebody close to me that literally pissed in a kitty litter box drunk as shit, because they're like, I can't find the restroom, and this is probably the safest place to do it.
Is it really illogical when you think about it?
No, honestly,
it absorbs.
There's no smell.
There's no
afterwards, she did this. She's like, she covered the shit up like she was killing it. Like,
it was Amber Purr.
It was Amber Purr. Amber Heard.
That was a good name, by the way. I was like, to be honest, when you first said it, it was a little out of it, and we were shooting it, and I was like, "What the fuck did you just say?" And then like I'm watching it again, and he's like, "Oh, Amber, that's hilarious."
Amber Heard, Amber Purred. Yeah, I was like, no relation to the lady. Yeah, that was that. I love doing those videos because those are fun. Like, we did that one, the Mike's Pizza one. Everybody loves that. The stripper in the park. Like, one of my favorite ones is the Chad with 4Ds. A lot of people don't remember the Millers one. Remember the one from Millers?
I remember the Millers one. That blew up a little bit.
Yeah, it was like we did that one right before we lost the page for the Kokomo Scanner, and it didn't have the same effect, but that one was a fun one. I had the champagne glass, and I was like talking, and
I like that.
Just get in a group of guys, and we could just bang it out, just hammer it out. That was funny.
That was good.
That was a good one, and I had the little headband. That was fun. Yeah, we got to do. So we're gonna do more videos this year. Like it's starting to get nice out. Like, it's beautiful out right now. Brian's been walking the neighborhood in circles every day. Every day I'm driving. I'm just driving with my family, having family time before I have to go to work because I work second shift. And who do I see walking around in a circle all day? Brian Allen West Jr.
It's health. I just want you guys to know I'm getting healthy. So if I die at early age, it's because of alcoholism.
Yeah,
it's not because I'm walking. I'm watching what I eat. I'm just making up for it in drinks.
Much like Elon, if you find Brian dead, Russia did it for sure.
Russia did it. Not to get off topic here, but I love it. Like when I noticed, like when Chester Bennington, when a lot of these guys, even like Rob Williams, it was going when he died. It was like, did y'all know that? Did you know that Chester Bennington was working on a case that would almost expose the elite pedophile? I was like, yeah. Those are my, Chris Cornell and Chester Bennington were working in a group together. I'm like, come on, this is a super group.
Beetlejuice. You ever seen the Beetlejuice that goes on Howard Stern?
And what does he say? I've seen him 100
The little
times.
black dude with the eyes. Yeah. He dies, and like he was working to expose the Clintons. It's like everybody. He's like, that ain't no problem. What a problem? You ever seen that? The weed one? That one's been popping up everywhere, like on TikTok. Listen, so I have a new segment I'm going to come up with soon for the page, and you guys tell me if you guys think this is a stupid idea, but I'm doing it anyway. I don't like TikTok. I don't enjoy it. You know this. I can't get into it because, like, to me it feels like a bullying platform, which is hilarious because we become bullies all the time. Yeah. But it feels like ours, people come to our page to get bullied. Like, we don't go to them, and it doesn't just show up on the For Your feed or For You feed. But anyway, Courtney's going to send me all the TikToks she finds, like all the ones that she thinks are funny, and I'm going to react to them. So she's gonna force me to watch TikToks, and then I'm gonna do like a whole reaction.
It's gonna blow up, man.
I think it's gonna be funny because honestly, like I don't like TikTok. Like that's the thing is like I have so much disdain for it. And anytime I went on there and did like one video, went viral, and was like, I'm done. Like I got 26,000, 27,000, 28,000 like views. Like I say went viral. I didn't go viral, but for me it was like validation.
No, it was that video of that girl doing the thing.
You love me.
It was topical and then ended up catching. It got. I mean, I thought so. Yeah.
28,000, and then a lot of like hundreds and hundreds of comments of people being like, "This is so fucking funny," and I was like, "That's what I." Then some people are like, "Leave her alone, leave Brittany alone." Like
when you said a bullying platform, I'm not on there too much anymore. I never had anything really take off. But one thing that kind of bothers me, like I noticed, there's people with Down syndrome posting videos, and the videos, in my opinion, are beautiful. Like I love them. I'm not being funny. Like, I love genuinely watching them, but they get a lot of views. And if you go in them comments, it's just fucking disgusting.
Oh yeah.
It's like one of them things that I think that's incredibly rude and like sad. And those people, that's a platform for them too. And like they're just having fun, and it's like it's showing like really innocent, cute things, and then people just get on there and just saying like, oh, the usual stuff that you know, and it just. That pissed me off. So
you lean in too, and that's one of the things that I've noticed with any of these platforms where you start to get any type of following and you start to become like an influencer or whatever you want to call it. A lot of people will lean into the negative aspects of what they're getting the attention for. So like there was a girl that was like did like a huge like anti-Donald Trump rat, like big old thing, like I hate Donald Trump, and she's freaking out, and she became one of those libs of TikTok where they did a big thing of her where she's like. And then they use her as a reaction to everything now. And then she blew up on there. And then she just leans into it. So every post that she makes now is like super political and shit.
She's going down the Ashley Babbitt line.
Yeah, it's
not a good
too far. Just going too far. I don't know. To me, like I'm all for like do your thing on the internet. Like if you find a niche, like you find a niche or whatever, however you say that word. I only read it. I only read it. I've never actually like said it out loud. Like niche. Niche.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That's how I said. Some English teacher might be watching. It's like you're
a fucking idiot. Yeah. Well, if you're an English teacher, you can come out here and be one of our nichers.
It's a niche. I honestly don't know. I've always said niche.
Yeah. You gotta watch out. You gotta make sure you don't put the ER on niche. Yeah. No hard R's. No Republicans. No hard R's. That's Andrew Schultz did a joke where like Republicans love hard R's. Like that's hilarious. No, I to me like it really just comes down to like trying to figure out your niche on the internet, and if you figure it out and you roll with it, like have a great time. Like I'm all for it. Just try not to lean into the politics aspect of it because there's so much negativity with a lot of people. Like that's all they want to talk about is the negative shit, and I'm like, you've got to find a space in your life for positive. I know.
It's like it's okay to have a certain set of beliefs, and like if those get pushed, or if you have to defend yourself, that's fine. But like people just like I don't know. I just like keep it.
All right, we're getting into it. Let's dive.
No,
let's dive into it right now. Let's go. We're going in. All right, guys, here you go. Roe v. Wade. That whole thing. Let's talk about it. We were talking about it. Roe v. Wade. Now, first off, I don't know who Roe is, but if you think you're gonna beat Dwayne Wade in basketball, you're fucking crazy, bro. Roe v. Wade.
Pink slips.
Yeah, like you're paying for slips. Like who's Roe? Who's Roe? Death Row Records versus Wade? I don't know, man.
I'll give you my views on it, and this is just I'm not gonna go.
Listen, this is two dudes in a room talking. So if you like, hey, I don't want to hear two dudes talking about abortion, just walk away for a couple seconds and then come back.
Well, mine's just, it's not my goddamn body.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's a woman's body. She should be able to do it, regardless of what you think's moral or immoral. There's a lot of shit that goes on. It's moral, immoral, and I don't want to get into it too deep. And if personally, if I would want a loved one to have an abortion or anything of that sort is irrelevant.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's not my choice, and if that loved one or if your loved one, anybody wants to make that decision, it's their body.
Yeah.
I can't imagine being told, and I'm not trying to be gross. I can't imagine being told I'm not allowed to jerk off because I'm potentially killing. I'm spraying them on the bed sheet.
Yeah.
When in reality, it's not what's happening.
Yeah. I mean, I understand that. That's a good. I understand the complete concept. So here's my thing about Roe v. Wade. Like first off, let's set the table for what it is. Politico. I don't know if you know Politico. They're a website, journalistic website. Apparently, I don't know. Some people might argue that. Let me know in the comments. But Politico came out with a leaked memo or a leaked explainer from the Supreme Court written by Justice Alito, and basically what he said was there's no constitutional right to an abortion because the original argument in Roe v. Wade for constitutional abortion was the right to privacy. And you can laugh at that all you want. You're probably laughing in the comments right now when you think about, I don't know, like the Freedom of Information Act or any of these, any of these, what's the Patriot Act? That's what I meant to say, Patriot Act. Like, we literally have no freedom anymore. With the internet and everything, it's all over. So, like, the idea of privacy in general is gone away. So, like, to me, like, do you have the right, is abortion protected under the right of privacy in the Constitution? I personally, and this is just my opinion, no, I don't think so. Do I think abortion should be illegal? No. I think abortion should be legal because to me, like, it's the same argument that I posted something the other day about this. It's the same argument with guns. When you see like left-wing people be like, we got to ban guns. We got to get rid of guns. All that does is make people have to go find them in a different way illegally. And I feel like that's the same argument for abortions. If you outlaw abortion and you make it illegal, people are going to do it anyway. They're just going to do it illegally, and it's going to be more unsafe, and more people will die.
Terrifying.
And it's terrifying. And I'm not necessarily saying that I understand where pro-life advocates come from. If you feel like in certain states, man, abortion is legal up to a pretty like crazy amount of weeks. Like you're talking like 30 weeks, 38 weeks. I mean, I've heard. I mean, honestly, I haven't looked into it, but there's like those are full blown babies at some point where I'm like, I don't know.
Listen, when they slap the ass, they should just be able. Bink, see ya.
Yeah, see ya. Well, that's what some people are saying up to 2 weeks after. Like they're saying that they think that they should be able to just euthanize these kids 2 weeks after. And I don't know. Like, listen, I get it.
That's not another satire post.
It could be. It could be. I honestly, you can never believe anything on the internet. And all you can really ever trust is your own opinion, because honestly, everything else is. And even when you trust your own opinion, you've probably been influenced by something else, so you really can't trust that. So you really can't trust anything.
Nothing's pure. Yeah.
Trust no one, not even yourself. No, but I think honestly, when it comes to the Roe v. Wade argument, I understand why people were freaking out. Nothing's changed. Nothing's changed right now. That's the first thing we have to say. There's been no change in the law. Abortion is not illegal. Even if they overturn Roe v. Wade, it doesn't make abortion illegal. It kicks it back to the states, and then the states decide. So each state will have their own rules. Now I realize there's certain states that are gonna like make it almost impossible or make it impossible, or they're just going to make it illegal. And I know that's going to happen, and I feel for people in those states. But we have 50 of them. And if you want to smoke weed legally, if you're like, I want to legally smoke weed, you can't do it in the state, or you're just going to have to do it, illegally. And I feel like it's the same argument for anything else. If like we can't decide on body autonomy with like weed or drugs or anything, because I'm a pro drugs guy. Like I think every drug should be legal. I don't think it should be pharmaceutical grade. I think the fact that there's anybody on meth makes me sad when they could literally just have Adderall and then go work in a local factory or something. So like to me, and you'll be more productive.
Too close to home.
Watch it. I'm just kidding. No, but I mean, I get it. I get the concept of I'm kind of on the fence with it. I'm obviously like any woman who feels like she needs to get an abortion, I think she should be able to get an abortion, a safe abortion. I feel like on top of it, like if if as long as you're not, to me, there's a certain, there's got to be a cutoff date, and we've got to come together as a group and decide at what. I mean, if we're not going to say that it begins at conception, which I mean, you can make that argument that it doesn't, then we have to find a date that says, 20 weeks seems like it's a good amount. Like it's halfway through. Let's say 20 weeks everywhere. Like that's what should be the law. Like anything below 20 weeks, suck that baby out. You know what I mean? Get him out of there. Get her out of there.
You mentioned about the states, and I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to put a state on blast and not be for sure. I want to say it was Oregon, maybe.
Yeah. What about it?
Legal. So like, it's like up to like 30 or 40 years,
yeah.
even if you go to a neighboring state that has them and then come back, you're crossing lines to do that, and then if you come back and they find out.
Oh, it wouldn't be Oregon. Oregon's very liberal. It's one of the most liberal states in the union. Tennessee and Kentucky have both been really bad. Well, I think Tennessee just outlawed. Yeah, brother sister. They're like, nah, you keep that baby. You keep that brother, son, cousin. No, I know I think in Tennessee right now, it was either Tennessee or Kentucky, one of those two weird states, either the bluegrass state or the blue something state. Either way, one of those two states have just made like Plan B illegal, which is weird to me. Like Plan B,
so weird.
Yeah, because like that baby hasn't even there's not even a baby yet. I don't know. Everybody has their own opinions, and I'm not gonna sit here and say that your opinion isn't. The thing is, like, if the argument is my body, my choice, there's a lot to be said for the last couple of years, because this whole vaccine thing has been weird. And the fact that like people are getting fired, people are losing their jobs, people are getting chastised for. And I got the jab. Like I went out and I got the jab. Shout out to Black. I went and got the jab. Like I got 2 shots. I did the whole thing. I had no issue doing it. I wore the masks. I did the things that we were supposed to do. I stayed indoors. I did all that. But it's weird that we can go from my body, my choice, or your body, your choice, to okay, now you need to get this for the betterment of the people, and then it's like back to my body, my choice again, and it's like. I get so sick and tired of it, dude.
I agree.
It's such a boring thing.
It bothers me because I say the people that have the biggest, the ones that are making the biggest fuss about it are the men.
Oh yeah,
a lot of them are older men.
Yeah.
And I think I came with a solution.
What's the solution? Hold on. Brian's final solution. Go ahead.
If Joe Rogan had an aborted fetus on his podcast. Open up some minds.
Yeah. If he just have like a little.
Give me your Joe Rogan impression. Do it.
Yeah, so little baby, are you a baby? Do you consider yourself a baby? So have you ever done DMT? I was just talking to Dana White about this baby, and
this baby. Now, I think Reiki would benefit you.
Have you tried Alpha Brain? You might fully form if you had some Alpha Brain in you.
Well, I mean, like that's like my main thing. It's like,
yeah,
I cringe. I cringe every time I see a guy's take on it, and the guy's take is just like, there's no favorable. Like it's just totally him. And I also get the point. It's like, well, father should have a say so, this or that and that. I get their argument, but it's like, shut the fuck up. Like,
yeah. Like I said, I don't. This is my only thing that I can agree with with the men's rights guys with the whole abortion argument is if women have the right to choose to kill the baby, if the women decide they want to keep the baby, the man should be able to financially abort the baby, in my opinion. And I know that's really controversial being having a single mother and growing up this way. But my mom had 3 boys, single mother the whole time. And I'll tell you this much. In my opinion, if you're a guy and you get a girl pregnant, or in some cases, she gets pregnant by lying, because I've known people that have done that too. I had a friend of mine that basically has a kid who's 15 years old right now because the woman he was with said she was on birth control and lied, and knew that she was lying, knew the guy didn't want kids, and still got pregnant. And he still takes care of his kids. He has custody. He has custody of his kid. So my thing there is like, you should legally, if a woman can physically just destroy the baby from the inside, then there should be a point in every pregnancy where it's like, who's the father of your kid? Boom, let's figure it out. Okay, bring him in. Do you want to take care of this baby, or do you want to financially abort this baby? Because honestly, it's weird to me that like a woman can decide whether they keep you on the hook for their, you know what I mean? Isn't that a little bit weird? Like if you can decide to kill the baby and not have to deal with the consequences, why should the man have to deal with the consequences of having the baby if they didn't want it? Do you know what I'm saying? It's an unfair balance of power there.
I get that. No, I'm not. I get it in a sense, but then it's like it comes back. I think, to me personally, like if you make that argument, then it's like, okay, well, you gotta throw the whole "my body, my choice" for the woman out then, because it's still at the end of the day, it's her body, regardless of what she does with it. I do get the point you're saying, but it's like I keep thinking to myself, it's like if your mom would have went through with that abortion, I'd be doing this podcast with Drew Larson right now.
Yeah,
so.
you and Drew would be killing it. Honestly, you might be making more money out of it.
I think so.
Instead of making
more thoughtful shit.
Instead of making jokes about Joe Rogan talking to a fetus, you guys would be talking about the Bobcats game this weekend.
No context. If there was no context whatsoever. And when you just heard Joe Rogan, you're doing your impersonation of him talking to an aborted fetus.
Yeah. Hey, baby. Listen, baby. Listen, we're talking right now, baby. Have you tried Alpha Brain? Have you done DMT? Tell me more about it. Jamie, pull that baby's history up. Let's talk about this baby's history.
I'll ask you a question. Are you overwhelmed or underwhelmed about the Doctor Strange?
Did you see it?
I haven't. I think after we get done here, instead of going on my walk, I might go run down and just go see it. I got time.
So Friday morning, me and my girl ventured out before work, and I went to go see it. And I knew I was going to torture myself because I had to go to work right after, and it was like 12:30. But I went to see it, and honestly, like it's a good movie. Like I'm not gonna lie to people and tell people that it's not a good movie. I was underwhelmed because of what I thought it was going to be, and there's a bittersweet moment. I can't ruin it. It hasn't even been a week yet, so I'm not going to ruin anything. But there's a bittersweet moment to me that I think is both the best part of the movie and the worst part of the movie. And if you want me to elaborate, hit my DMs up because I will explain it to you. I have no problem talking about it. I don't like spoiler people. Like Sam Manning, whatever your name is. I'm looking at you right now. I knew as soon as I saw your post, I snoozed that dude for 30 days until I saw the movie because he will ruin it, dude. He will ruin the movie. I'm calling you out, Sam. See this?
What joy do you get in that? I guess in a sense, like if some people are like, "What joy do you get in making dumb people feel stupid?"
Yeah,
he's got a thing, like a kink, or I don't know. But.
Well, he literally leaked some shit early, which I mean, and I don't know what groups he's a part of where they leak the stuff, and I mean that's part of like he might have a future as an insider, as a leaker, as a plot leak insider, and that's cool as shit. But when I'm on my Facebook and I'm talking to my mama and I'm trying to figure out if these boomers are going to get my jokes, I don't want to be my fucking day ruined because I watch, like, okay, I'm gonna throw some names out here. If you're watching, you're gonna know what I'm talking about. Nerd Vengers Tower, come on, I know you know what I'm talking about. Let's talk about rock stars, new rock stars, like all these. I watch these YouTubers that talk about this stuff. Emergency Awesome. I watch all these guys that talk about these movies and the leaks and stuff. And I'm okay if it's speculation. What I don't want is to see a picture of the movie 2 days before it comes out. Jello pudding pop. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I'm starting to get into it. I don't want to see the movie. Like I started doing a weird Cosby impression. But no, like honestly, like. I appreciate what you do, bro. I appreciate how passionate you are about this shit. But at the same time, don't ruin the movie. So I snoozed him for 30 days. I actually unsnoozed him after I saw the movie. Like, literally, I remembered. I was like, I want to unsnooze Sam now. Because I like Sam. I like him. He's going to come on the podcast at some point. Maybe we'll bring him on and make fun of him.
2 seconds.
Yep.
What is Bill Cosby's favorite movie?
Is there a punchline already? What is it?
The Spanish version of The Fly.
Oh, God.
The Spanish Fly. Hey, come on, let's go. Give me some buddy. No.
Who's his favorite actor?
Who?
What's his name? I can't remember his name. The dude from The Fly. What's the fuck his name?
Oh, Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah.
Goldblum. Yeah.
I had to think for a minute. I was like, what?
The Fly.
I think you're coming up with like, no offense, I think you're coming up with something real witty. I was like, who's Bill Cosby's favorite actor? And you're gonna say like fucking William Hurt. And then it's like it was deep.
No, it'd have to be something else.
I'll let you know though. I'll definitely if I do go see it. My thing is I don't know. I have to see The Northman still, and I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah.
So that comes on at 1:50, and then there's like a 2:00 showing for Doctor Strange. So I'm really having a hard time if I do go what one I'm gonna pick. So.
Yeah. I think I always thought that Bill Cosby's favorite movie was Dr. Sleep, but that's just me. It was good. Actually, it's Good Will Hunting. I'm just kidding.
He's like, if you're not gonna be a smartass, it's actually Good Will Hunting.
Yeah. Honestly, how about them apples? That's all I'm saying. How about them apples? No, that's funny. I don't know. I honestly, we lost somebody really important to the community this week, and we will talk about it. Besides the fetuses, obviously, we've lost Kevin Samuel. You know, he is a pastor. I think he's a pastor, right?
Yeah.
Kevin Samuels. He come out here for the men and the women, and he's teaching women how not to be thoughts. And then he dies out here with a thoughtie.
Stroking.
Bro,
Exactly.
come on, man.
He when a little personal, when I was not faithful when I was not faithful with my wife recently, I reached out to Mr. Samuels before he died, and he made me feel like $1 million. Honestly,
Good.
hey,
I told you to do a good
you
job.
don't, yeah, brother, you don't need to be upset about anything. If anything, she needs, you.
It ain't about what you are missing in your life. It's what you're missing because of her.
Why are you doing that in the first place?
Exactly.
And I'm like, I don't know. And he goes, well, think about that. Stew on it a couple days, and then she apologized at the end of it.
I messaged him back, and he didn't hit me back for a few days, and I found out he died. It's the worst. Yeah, rest in peace, Kevin Samuel, man. I don't know what all the fuckboys around Kokomo are gonna do now. Like, how are you gonna justify your actions? I guess there's probably a new guy who's gonna pop up. There's two guys that there's two gentlemen that do the podcast where they like anti-women. It's such a weird podcast. They went on the Flagrant 2 podcast, and they were going in and they were making fun of them because these guys, they were like, they don't date black women, but they're black guys. And they're like, why don't you date black women? It was like a whole thing. It was
I think you've told me about that before.
Yeah, it was so bizarre. It was such and they like attacked this dude, which reminds me, Josh Layton, come on the podcast, man. We'd love to have you here. We're definitely not going to attack you. Just kidding. I saw your recent post with him calling him out.
Dude, he's I was scrolling on there. I don't know why. I got on the Kokomo Press for some unknown reason. Somebody had told me something. Somebody had told me they were like, yeah, they
shared
threw a little jab at you, which
with the Kokomo Tribune.
They're I feel bad for you guys. Yeah. I got on there though and saw that he was like, oh, they identify as comedians. Which, let me go ahead and say this: we have two fucking. I have two videos. We have one together of Kokomo Brief that's still up. You guys go watch them. They're hilarious. They got tons and tons of reactions. 2 of them did, and so it's just bitterness. He doesn't like to see that we're thriving and striving, and his shit's just. I mean, he's got his crowd was on the furry post.
Yeah. That's
They're cheating on him.
He's probably mad because his people fell for it.
Seriously, that's a majority. Not a majority, but that's a handful of his people.
He's like, wait a minute, we're the ones that are supposed to be lying to these people. What are they doing?
Yeah, it benefits us or it benefits nobody.
But they're gonna teach them to start clicking on the page and realizing it's just a bunch of like hate and stuff. Like, no, I can't have them. They want to keep the wool over their eyes. You know what I'm saying?
Say what you will about us. You can say we're our politicals, blindness, this or that. We're on a certain team, but at the end of the day, we're very transparent with people in a way. If you think about it, he posts some of the most the dumbest shit. Like, back when there was a shooting, I won't go into detail or whatever, but there was a shooting and he was dragging the guy through the mud. I mean, dragging the guy that involved a police officer, and he was like, there's no reason why this guy's a scumbag. And then on the other hand, the whole Kyle Rittenhouse thing, which, you got your own opinions on that.
Yeah.
The whole Kyle Rittenhouse thing, painting him as a hero when there's an actual video, and this video is not doctored or anything, of him beating the shit out of a woman with 2 other kids.
Yeah.
And it's like first off, he's a woman beater too. I mean, and it's not libel. You see it it's what he's been arrested for.
Look his name up on my case.
Yeah, look up his name.
Takes 2 seconds to go on my case.
Yeah,
honestly.
Seriously, but basically, he's just the biggest hypocrite ever, and that's my big problem with him. We had a falling out with him. We were cordial. Like I said, we did some work for his page. We benefited them. He liked us. He always told us we were funny. So Sutton too.
That's what's funny about the whole they identify as comedians is, we were really funny until we started not taking your shit anymore. Yeah. And I think that's what it happens with a lot of people. If I have a beef with somebody, I'm not gonna pretend like they're not. Obviously Josh and them have found their calling on the internet. It just sucks that it's so hateful. And I mean, to me, people have their own. I mean, originally, we can say this, Kokomo Brief was Josh Layton and Chris Sutton.
Yeah.
And then they broke up, and Chris Sutton went and created his own thing, which is Kokomo in the Know. If you guys don't know, that's Chris Sutton's page. We'll call everybody out. We at least put our name and our faces on ours most of the time. A lot of these other pages, they don't. Josh Layton runs Kokomo Brief, and then the Kokomo Post is run by Drew Larison. and the Kokomo in the Know is run. We know it's
not
run by
necessarily
Sutton.
Kokomo News. Jimmy Shaw,
And a few others. So like we all know who runs these pages, and if you run around with what we do, you always end up getting controversy with these other pages. And we've done work with the Kokomo Brief page. We've done work with not necessarily Kokomo News. And then we did Kokomo Scanner 2.0, and then the Kokomo Scanner people. We all know them. They're all like
Lenny, Jimmy, all the not good guys.
They're good guys. Like we have no issue with that. Most of the groups in town, like we've had little beefs here and there. Like we've had beefs with the Post. We've had beefs with not necessarily. We had beefs with the thing is when you put Kokomo in your name in this town, you got to have beef. You got to throw up gang signs. You got to go at it, man. Like you got to go in. And we've done it in the past. And the truth of the matter is, like, we honestly have no ill will towards people.
Everybody has their place. Not necessarily Kokomo News is funny. I laugh at that shit all the time. Jimmy, Lenny, them. I see stuff.
I love Lenny, dude. Lenny's
laugh, react, Kokomo Post, dude. You and I'm cool with Kokomo Post. I like Drew and I mean, I like the page. I'm trying to get. I will say this, Mister. Didn't get the Mother's Day package, and
I feel like there's some controversy there.
I'm coming back for you.
The Tribune needs to write a story on the Kokomo Post and that stuff because I should have won it with my girl.
It's racketeering. No, I'm kidding. It's not racketeering.
No, like honestly, I always knock this thing down. I'm probably just gonna put like a second. Listen, hashtag the Kokomo Press. I don't know if you can see this. Hashtag the Kokomo Press podcast. Put it in the comments. No, like honestly, there's been so much crazy shit going on in the last couple weeks. I mean, between the Doctor Strange movie coming out, Roe v. Wade, Dave Chappelle got attacked. Let's talk about that, dude. Let's talk about Dave Chappelle getting attacked because did you see the video?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was insane, right?
I thought it was cool that he like talked to the attacker after.
Yeah, broke his arm. His arm was fucking snapped, dude. Yeah, like he was like, oh snap, and it was his arm. That was wild. Like so apparently this guy is a huge Dave Chappelle fan. First off, which is hilarious. He is a rapper with like 40,000 followers on Twitter. I think they said the guy who did it is a rapper.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and one of his big songs he's been promoting is called Dave Chappelle. And then he went and charged him on stage. They found the weapon on him, which was a knife that looked like a gun. It was a gun, but had a knife in it. But it wasn't a gun. It wasn't a gun, but it was like in the shape of a gun, which is like how do you hide a less deadly weapon in a deadlier weapon? Like that seems so dumb. I think maybe it was probably for protection. If he's from the area or something, and it really had nothing to do with what he was doing. But he did try to tackle Dave. Dave kind of slipped his ass, and then he got his ass beat by Jamie Foxx in a cowboy hat, which is what I heard.
That's what I heard. That he said that Jamie Foxx, Jon Stewart, or Chris Rock had nothing to do with the attack or whatever, or maybe it wasn't. The second one wasn't Chris Rock, but it was. I know it was Jon Stewart and Jamie Foxx.
Yeah,
but Jesus Christ, I didn't know that about the rapping part. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'll listen to.
Don't do it, man. They're feeding into what he.
Hey, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, let's do it.
Sold me.
Sold me.
It's a smart dude. It's getting to the point where that's what we're gonna have to start marketing things.
Bro, I'm Drew Harrison. Watch out! I'm tackling you on stage, bro. You better hope you don't. Kokomo Post, baby. Boom! Wrap his ass up, dude. He's going down. I didn't play football in high school, but that doesn't mean that I can't pretend now. Just kidding.
You can go, play flag.
I'm going to, well, okay. Let's just move right on. We got Dave Chappelle was attacked. I mean, obviously this is because of we're blaming Will Smith because of this. If Will Smith wouldn't have attacked Chris Rock, you wouldn't have attacked Dave Chappelle. And Dave Chappelle's a goat, so you don't attack the goat. You know what I'm saying? It's fucked up.
I don't. But then when you put you said the whole he's promoting something. Maybe take out that. Maybe he's still if he's got a song Dave Chappelle, the best way to market for that is attacking Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
So I do get what you're saying though, because like I've heard like a lot of like not local comedians, but comedians other places. Like I was at a show this weekend and people are getting a lot more free mouth and open because they feel like that's a cool thing to do, and that shit's been happening forever. I mean,
that's when you said you were gonna go watch the video of his song. I haven't went and looked it up. I probably will at some point, but that actually kind of validates what he did because then people go and search him and look it up. I mean, obviously his face got validated by a bunch of kicks and knees and punches. He looked awful.
He's not getting felony charges though, so it's like I think who the hell knows? Dave might be looking back like he's a smart motherfucker.
Yeah, I saw Joe Rogan put out a post that was like apparently they're not going to give him any charges at all. They're just not going to charge him at all because he got his ass beat. And my thing with that is, and Joe Rogan said the exact same thing, which is like, okay, well, what do you have to do to get charged in LA? Like, this is insane that you can literally, there's video of you attacking somebody and you don't even get charged. It's so bizarre. Like, LA is the most bizarre. And I'm not saying necessarily we need like a million cops on the street, like protecting and serving or whatever. But also, like we've got to have some type of retribution to these people that do stuff, which is weird.
At the end of the day, I still honestly believe that the whole Will Smith, Chris Rock thing was made up and fake. I don't care what anybody says. I know there's all, but again, if it was real, the man went up, regardless of how famous you are, it doesn't make him any better. He went up and he assaulted somebody.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. He's the moment. Weird. Friends do that. I can't tell you. I've struck my best friend before.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We were drunk, but like it happened.
Yeah.
It was a boy beef, you know. But I mean, if he wanted to go that route, I could have got.
Oh, I thought you were talking about your wife. Okay, my bad.
Yeah, it's my best friend. That's what
that's Josh Layton's argument. That's like, hey, she's my girl, my best friend. That's why I beat the shit out of her.
He wanted me to go down the whole road with him, and I'm like, I did it once. I don't want to do it no more. I'm
allegedly, by the way, I don't know. Honestly, I don't. The thing about domestic violence in general, you know, is you never know what actually happens unless you're there. So it's like it's hard to really know. I just feel like if you get hit with it twice, there's smoke, there's fire.
And I'll be completely honest with you. Based on my principle, I know people love to use that, but I was just always told, I don't care if I'm getting fucking, I mean, obviously if I'm getting chased with the machete, I'm going to defend myself and pull back, but like, just don't put your hands on a woman.
Yeah.
Like I've always been taught, like I don't care if, I get it, what if she comes up and busts you in the fucking jaw? Yeah. Then you fucking take you get away from a situation, but when you engage with that, like regardless of how defensive or how, you know, right you think you are, you are painting a picture for yourself.
See, when I was a kid, there's a funny story my mom always tells when I was a kid. Is my mom always used to say, you know, don't ever put your hands on a girl. You never can hit a girl. Never hit a girl. My mom hammered that home when I was a kid, and I was, you know, as a young boy, and excuse me, sorry. So I was at a damn, I'm getting a fit here. My bad, guys. So I was at my mom took us to a party with kids. Like it was a kid party, and the adults were like playing poker around a table and having a couple beers, and the kids were playing. There was this little girl there, and she kept picking on me, and hit me, and I wouldn't hit her back. And so finally, my mom comes and finds me, and I'm in the bathroom. I'm crying. My mom's like, and I'm like 5 years old. And my mom's like, what's wrong, man? What's going on? And I told her, I'm like, this girl keeps hitting me, and I can't hit her back, but she keeps hitting me more and more and more. And so my mom was like, you know, my mom always talks about how she was proud of me for not hitting the girl. But then my mom went and told that girl's mom, and then they brought me in there, and then they let me watch her mom whoop her butt. It was like, you don't hit a boy just because he won't hit you back, blah blah blah.
That's cool.
So like, there was actually retribution for me by being, but I never hit her back, and I wasn't going to hit her back. But you know that to me is always a funny story my mom always tells, because I was the same way. I was taught you don't hit women, right. You don't hit women. Now in my life, I have seen certain situations where maybe a woman should have got hit. You know what I mean? But I never hit them. You know,
just because they overbake the meatloaf and you had a bad experience, man. You don't put your fucking hands on women, dog.
Listen, you cannot leave the can opener in the sink because it'll rust, and then just take it out on her. You know what I mean?
Anything. And I just, at the end of the day, ladies, if you're listening to this, I'm with you, especially on the Roe v. Wade stuff. So when I say that, you're not. One love to all you guys.
Yeah. Like my thing is that I've never hit a woman, but I have had a woman hit me. You ever had a woman hit you?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like that's the only argument. Like I don't see an argument for hitting a woman. I'm not going to hit a woman. But like the thing, I think the reason why we are so adamant about not hitting women is because we've been in situations where we've been hit and we didn't hit them back because we had self-control and self-restraint. And to me, like it makes me so irritated when somebody's like, well, yeah, she was hitting me first, so I hit her back. And I'm like, yeah, I know, I've been there, but I didn't hit her back. Like, I didn't hit her back. Because I know that I'll just remove myself from the situation, right. and not let somebody... Because the truth is, like, male abuse victims, with the Johnny Depp stuff, like, we can bring that up, too. Male abuse victims, a lot of times, they're just, like, ignored and swept under the rug, and they act like we don't exist, like, men don't get hit. But, like, almost every man I know... Like every woman has a story about sexual assault. Every man I know has a story about a woman hitting them where they didn't, and almost all of them are guys not hitting them back. And it's because, you know, women know that there's that line that we can't cross, and I feel like some women, you know, they cross that line knowing that we're not going to cross it back. And you know, it's unfortunate in general, like the fact that anybody ever has to get assaulted.
Power move is what it is.
It's a power move.
Very smart.
It's smart, man. You women are so intelligent, you know. You guys make the best sandwiches. There's so many good things about women.
It's just like you can steal from a drug dealer because they ain't gonna call cops.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's
yeah.
Choosing your brain for good things.
then we lose somebody from our high school that way though. From
Kokomo. Well, people like to become vigilantes when that happens. Like, they'll take justice and
Yeah, my brother dated a girl that was in the car that got shot up because they stole drugs, apparently. So that's not a good thing. Yeah, you don't want to steal for you.
Police won't get
listen. You're not going to go to jail for stealing from a drug dealer, but you might go to heaven.
You might get you might get a little southern justice.
Never going. You're not going to jail, but you're going to hell. You know what I'm saying? You're going to end up somewhere down there. Yeah, we've got that. I've also on my list today. I've got Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day. It's a day late, obviously. Did you have a good Mother's Day with your mother and your wife? What'd you guys do?
She had to work, and then after she got back from work, I bought her. Obviously, it's like a gift giving holiday, so I bought a bunch of gifts. Got her some flowers, got her some new stuff for her crafting table, and got her a new desk chair for her crafting table. And I bought her a massage from Teresa's Massage. Check them out. They're right down here on Webster.
Teresa's is dope.
Teresa's is dope. Go down to Teresa's, man. This is not a paid promotion. I just paid $65. I'm hoping not having to tip. I'm just kidding. No, but I got her a combo massage because when we went to our trip to Fort Wayne, she got her first actual massage. We did a couples massage in the room. First time I've ever done a couples massage. I've only done it by myself. And we did a relaxation. We didn't do like a Swedish or like a deep tissue. Well, this one I moved her up to the combo, which is like a combo of like a relaxation / Swedish. So she'll get a little bit of both. Told her, just take your time, because the last time we went and got those massages, we were both sore for the next couple of days, man. You end up getting sore.
So she'll get that and then come home and get the old ovaries massage.
Yeah. Get the old clitoris massage.
Get up in there. I don't get up in there, but get up in there. What
I'm gonna get at least 2 inches in there.
Mother's Day was a good time. I had a good time. Spent time with the family.
Hell yeah! How'd that go?
It was good, man. We just hung out, ate, went to Cracker Barrel last night. Okay. Cracker Barrel, I love Cracker Barrel. You know my love for Cracker Barrel. You love Cracker Barrel, man. It was a good meal, though. Yeah. It was a good meal, man. We
went to Los Amigos. So.
You went to Los Amigos? Yeah, did you see my uncle there?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Hector.
I was like, Hector
the Erector. Yeah.
Hector the Erector. Hector. You guys went to, what'd you have? What'd you have at the old
Cracker Barrel? I'm bland. I always just get the chicken tenders, but I get for my sides. I got the dumplings, which are delicious. And then I'm a greens guy. I got some turnip greens. Smash them.
Hell yeah!
And then they have a premium, and this is not paid either. Everybody's getting
promotion today, baby.
They got a loaded baked sweet potato now. It's a premium side. They got loaded baked everything. That loaded baked sweet potato was fucking delicious. It's got marshmallow floats in it. Caramel just drizzled all over, pecans on top.
Yeah,
I tear it. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, the only thing I wish they would do is add some crumble to that. The fried apples. The fried apples need like that crisp. They need to make fried apple crisp. Add that crisp on there. That's what you guys need to do, because it's more southern that way anyway, man.
Right.
I don't get it.
I might even make the argument that Cracker Barrel's sides and premium sides are killing the actual menu.
Oh yeah, that's the truth. Because honestly, for the longest time I didn't go to Cracker Barrel because I don't know if they had like weird eggs and bacon for a minute. That just wasn't it, dude. And then I went down to that. I went to a Pokemon tournament in Kentucky with a bunch of people playing a big Pokemon tournament. I got like 34th out of like 80, which wasn't bad. Not bad for my first tournament. And I went 4-2. And if I'd have won the last game, I would have made it in the top 6, which was really weird because that's how it cuts out. But it kind of sucked. In the end, but we went to Cracker Barrel. We were down there, and I didn't know this, but they started selling liquor in Cracker Barrel. Yep. And on top of that, mimosas. Dude, and they have like a strawberry mimosa, and they have a regular mimosa. Listen, the first time I went, I got the regular orange mimosa, the classic, delicious, like great. Oops. And then somebody at the table was like, "Hey, have you tried the strawberry?" And I was like, "No." They're like, so they poured a little bit in my glass. I drank it. I was like, "What am I missing here?" But then I was drinking. Then the last time I went with Shelby, I got the strawberry, and she got the regular, and I drank a little bit of strawberry. I'm like, this motherfucker is too sweet. It's just so sweet. And I drank hers, and I'm like, yours is just a little too bitter. So what I did, I looked at her, I said, we drank half of ours, mixed them together, poured half in each of ours. Way better, dude. That's all they got to do is just add it. It was
delicious after?
Delicious. They just either put too much strawberry in it or didn't put enough orange in the other one. But when we mixed it together, bro, I'm just telling you guys, that's a Cracker Barrel hack for you guys. From a Cracker Barrel crack from a cracker. There you go. Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, I did notice something. Not to bring up domestic again, but I noticed that they sell Pabst Blue Ribbon there. I'm like,
no,
it's just a matter of time.
Just a matter of time.
There's either going to be a 2 limit or you're going to be getting some trouble.
Yeah, if you go to a place and you see PBR, just understand that somebody in there is getting hit. We don't know who it is.
Might not be a woman.
It's either going to be they or at home later. Somebody's getting hit. No, it's honestly like I saw that with that May the 4th was this last week. I'm really happy that you nerds finally got laid. Hopefully, May the 4th.
I'm not a big Star Wars guy, but I know you guys are. And
I actually really enjoyed the Mandalorian. I didn't grow up on the Star Wars. I thought Star Wars was super lame when I was a kid. I'm still not a huge fan of it. But the Mandalorian got me into it. The Mandalorian show was really good. But that's because it was like a space western. Like, how can you not get into a space western?
That's pretty neat. Yeah.
And there's a little Baby Yoda guy, and I'm just like, dude, Grogu, it's not Baby Yoda, it's Grogu. Don't call him Baby. It's a fucking Baby Yoda, bro.
It's Baby Yoda.
I called him Baby Yoda for like a year and a half before I learned his damn name, and now all of a sudden you want me to start calling him Grogu? It sounds like something. Grogu sounds like something that happens to the baby inside a woman before you abort it. It's like goo that's growing. Grogu. Yeah, that's what you abort is the Grogu. It's Kim K got shit this week at the Met Gala. Did you see that? She got shit. She wore Marilyn Monroe's dress and had to lose weight for it and said that she barely ate for like 3 weeks. And then women were online going, this is a terrible example to set for women.
My body, my choice.
Yeah, bro, bro, thank you for saying that, because that was my exact, like, in my head, the entire time, all I could think of was like, y'all been my body, my choice in for a week, and then getting mad at her for saying that she lost weight to fit in a dress. Like, it's her fucking body, her choice, bro.
Not even taking away from women's rights. I'm totally agree with it, but you're taking away from her rights.
Yeah.
She's not like, who gives a fuck? It's her body. Like, if you have problems with that, you got your own insecurities.
Yeah.
Deal with it.
It seems like you're literally putting your own shit on.
They want to push the agenda that it's like, oh, she's putting bad thoughts on girls' minds. What you're doing is you're bringing down women. You're tearing down women.
Yeah.
And you're just building a generation that's going to they don't see something they like with a woman, they're going to tear it down and be like,
oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying? They're mirroring.
They're policing each other, and it's like don't police another woman. Let her be who she wants to be. If she wants to lose weight to fit in a dress, like, who gives a shit? Like, that's her prerogative. Like, Bobby Brown, that's your prerogative. Whatever. Like, nobody gives a shit. It's
I love
my
that.
prerogative.
Yeah, grew up on it. Loved it.
Bro, you can't. You have to.
I love it. I was watching a video the other day. He was doing a video. It was like a live performance. It was like in the 90s.
Yeah.
He does a spin, drops a Coke bag, scoops it back up again, puts it in his pocket.
It was probably part of the choreography.
That's right. He just throws it down.
That's my bag of cocaine.
Now at 3:48, we're going to drop the bag of Coke. I'm going to do a spin. I'm going to pick it back up and throw it in.
Yeah. They're like, we shouldn't do that. He's like, we're going to go viral. We're going to be on every news station if I do
about
this.
20 years from now, dog. Yeah. Like,
also, I got one more thing on my list here, because we make a little list for you guys, especially when we don't have a guest that we can talk about.
one more moving full. Yeah.
Drake's DMs. Did you guys see this shit? Did you see
Drizzy Drake?
So Drake posted something about his kid, basically saying his kid would have a right. He doesn't want anybody coming for his kid. His kid can play sport. Like, okay, so like the LeVar Ball and John Morant's dad. That's what they were going after. The post was about them, because a lot of people are like attacking John Morant's dad, and they used to attack Lamar and LaMelo Ball's Lonzo and LaMelo, LeVar, I don't know, Lamar Ball. That's the dad's name. Anyway, they would always attack them for being like loud fathers for their kids and being good black dads. And basically what Drake said was like, I'm gonna be, if even my kid's playing chess or no matter what my kid's doing, I'm gonna be there being as loud as possible supporting my kid. And then some guy decided to come for Drake in the comments and be like I'm sure he's gonna be working with ghostwriters as a joke, and the dude was just like goofing on Drake. Well, then Drake saw it and was like, you know what, I got time today, and he like commented the dude. He said, you know what, I think your girl needs some excitement in her life. I'm gonna hit her up. So he follows his wife, and he's like, bro, Drake followed my wife, and then Drake like literally DMs her and says, hey, I heard you need some excitement in your life, to her. And then she gets up this huge following on Twitter, and he's getting the guy is, and like, because she's being followed by Champagne Poppy. And then she puts out a whole thing that's like, listen, y'all, I'm happy in my marriage. I realized that my husband made a joke and it blew up. She's like, I'm still gonna post the same shit I post. I'm not trying to be a celebrity. She's like, don't come for me. Don't worry about what I post. Don't worry about me. She's like, I'm not trying to be this. This happened to me. I did not choose this. Right. Champagne Poppy did this on his own. Like,
and I swear to God to you, if it was like, if I was in that situation, I would have told my wife, go with it, baby.
Go with it.
I tell you, go. Put some sexual shit in there. I don't care, because this is the fame. This is the height for me. It's
but for her, what she was basically saying was like, I don't want anything to do with it.
Yeah.
She's like, listen, I love my husband. I don't care what he does on the internet, joking around. She's like, he's just joking and goofing off. She's like, I got dragged into this shit, and I had nothing to do with me. So I thought it was hilarious. The whole situation was bizarre and hilarious, and it just proves to me that Drake is still the second best to Kanye. Kanye's the best.
Kanye is the best.
He's just trying to get that Kanye tip on Instagram, because Kanye was ruining Instagram for like a month, posting about Skeet Davidson.
That and Twitter and everything.
Yeah. I'm excited.
That same festival, real quick before we get off here, that same festival that Dave Chappelle was at. That got attacked. Pete, did you see Pete Davidson's set? Yeah. It's pretty funny about how he hopes that Kanye West goes full Miss Doubtfire. that's good stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
there's so much. I mean, I do think it's weird. Did you see the tattoo? Did you see the tattoo they're talking about with Skeet?
See, I thought that way. I mean, like,
it's weird.
It is, but then it's another thing. It's like I almost feel like some things are so like done to like get like
attention,
certain things out of people. It's like it doesn't.
He put the initials of Kanye's kids on his neck. 6 months into dating a woman. Like, I'm sorry. Like I always joke with my girl all the time. Like, also, like, I do have to mention I did get engaged, guys. I haven't put that.
Yeah, nobody. I feel bad.
That's okay. They Kim and Jordan talked about it on the last podcast. They basically were like, we don't want to give too much away, but they did allude to the fact that I went on vacation with my girl last weekend when they did that podcast, and I asked her to marry me, and she stupidly said yes.
Yeah.
What an idiot!
About mimosas, had way too many on that day.
Yeah, what an idiot, thinking it was a good idea to get married to me. She already knows she's going to be the patsy whenever eventually the tax man comes. I'm going to say it was her the whole time. No, she said yes, and I'm excited. But like my girl, I always joke with her. I'm like, hey, you got, now that we're going to get married, you got to get my name tattooed on you. And I never expect her to do that. It's a joke. It's a comedy bit that I do with her all the time. And she's like, you go first. And I'm like, how about we both go at the same time, and then I just get sick, and then she does it.
Yeah, first, and like I got diarrhea.
Yeah, I can't do it. They said I couldn't do it today. They get to start on mine, and they put like the first S on her name, and then I'm like, oh, I got diarrhea, and then I run out, and she finishes, and I come back, and I'm like, and I give him a finish, and it's gonna say psych. Psych. I gotcha. But she's got Jordan. I told her she got to get it right on her pelvic bone, like right there. Jordan, property of Boner City, Jordan, Boner City, Jordan, Indiana. No, like to me, it's funny in general to me that Pete would get. Kanye literally doesn't like the dude, and he goes and gets his kids' names. That's to me, I can't tell if it's the ultimate badass move or the ultimate beta move to get the guy somebody else's kids' initials tattooed on you. It's like fucking weird.
I assure you that they will eventually break up, and those won't be on there forever. I swear.
Yeah. He'll get
Rose or something.
I guess when you have that kind of money, you can just get tattoos and take them.
Apparently, and I didn't know he was a. When that whole thing was going on with Ariana, he was a big Mac Miller fan too, and he just kind of fucking. He has a. I think it doesn't make it any okay, but he's like bipolar, and I just think he's a fucking idiot, and I think.
Well, so is Kanye. Kim has a type, and the type is mental illness.
True. Hey, that's a soundbite right there.
That's a soundbite, man. Kim has a type. Kim Kardashian has a type, and the type is mental illness.
I was gonna say, I mean, it comes back down to like people judging her for her weight. Like, the girl's got her problems, man. Like, come on, let her do her thing.
Yeah, like honestly, and I mean, I think for Kanye, it's been really rough, like having another guy in the life of his kids in general, because like he didn't expect that. He's Kanye fucking West. First off, you guys have to remember some of you guys have egos the size of a fucking planet, and you don't even deserve it.
And you work at Williams Shoes.
Yeah, you work at the Hugger. Not some of you.
Those girls are in their right now. Let's not get on that.
They're working hard in there, dude. I've seen some of the scuffs they get, man. Bruises on the knees. You know what I mean?
Seriously, they don't come at you when you get too handsy. They just.
It's hard as fuck to like grind on a pole when you have like a herpes sore. I don't like. I'm just kidding. Those girls are sweet. A lot of those girls are sweet.
You try dancing with the baby bump? No.
Yeah. Imagine trying to work yourself around a pole, but you got this baby, and now they're not even letting you have abortions to get rid of it to do your thing. So now you just gotta have this baby and you're fucking stuck. I don't know. I think that's our time today, dude. We did over an hour. I'm feeling good about it.
I had a blast.
Yeah, man, it was nice having Brian, Allen, Wes, Jr. All these names, man. Won't you?
Yeah, follow. Please, if you guys got through the whole thing, which I hope you did, it was very entertaining. Please like and follow the Kokomo Press if you haven't yet.
Yeah, for real. On Instagram, on Facebook, Seriously. On YouTube, we've got the whole thing going, and we're gonna have more content coming out. I'm working with Brian right now. He's got his OnlyFans about to drop.
We do have some video ideas. We have some new news ideas for you guys. We know you love.
Yeah,
we're working on it. Definitely follow all of our pages. Follow Marvelous Mr. Bell. Follow all that stuff.
If you want to be involved with anything we're doing, you got any good ideas, DM the page. We're always willing to talk, man. And we've got some people that we've talked to recently that might be helping join the page a little bit, doing a little bit more. But this summer, we're planning on having a big, like, we're talking about maybe even doing like a big show. So stay tuned. There's some stuff coming.
I like the idea of the Kokomo Press Presents. We won't get to this. Could be a whole episode itself, but Kokomo Press Presents would be a cool night. We all got different art, and we all have different things we can do, and I think it'd be cool.
And we're gonna highlight some artists from the local community, and be funny and be interesting. And we've got bands, we've got comedy, we've got wrestlers. Our pages, we've got ghost hunters. We've got one of the most eclectic groups, which is what cracks me up about the Tribune.
Definitely want to do it for a good cause too. So we'll figure something out.
Yeah, so we'll hit you guys up soon. Thank you guys for watching the Kokomo Press podcast. My name is Jordan.
Brian was.
2 kisses. Love you. Bye. Hey, thanks for checking out the Kokomo Press podcast. I'm Jordan Granger. Jordan and I are very happy that you guys tuned in. All of our links are available. We've got YouTube, that's right here. We've got our Twitters. I'm going to put those right over here. And then we've even got like Patreon. We've got Facebook. We've got Instagram. We've got all the places. So please check us out. And merch. We have merch. Check out our merch. Oh my God. We have merch. So if you love the Kokomo Press, you enjoy the Kokomo Press podcast, or you just want to, help out and do something with us, check out the Kokomo Press on merch on ProWrestlingTees.com. Check us out on YouTube. Check us out on all the places that we have available. Thank you for listening to the show. We love you.